Hello, everyone. You're very much welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you all here today. This day, we are diving into the world of PhD studies with a very wonderful friend of mine who is currently pursuing his PhD studies in the UK. He's in the second year, and then he's not just a friend, he has been a close friend since university days. I worked with him. When I was the Gamsu president, he was my financial secretary. He was having all the money, and then currently, he's still my cash man. He has a lot of experiences when it comes to academics. So he's here to take us through his journey, his insights, and then give us advice. So if you are looking for PhD positions abroad in the UK, in the US, wherever you want to go, even if you are now planning to pursue this academic journey, this video is yours. And then I will kindly ask that you watch this video to the end, because he's going to share a lot of experiences and then insights that you need not to miss them. So just stay glued, and then let's dive into today's video. So Francis, you're welcome to our voice team.
Thank you, Akroma. It's been nice talking to you once again after many years.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So kindly introduce yourself, and then tell us what your PhD research is about. Yeah.
Okay, I think you've mentioned a lot about me. So I'm Francis Gyapong. I'm a Ghanaian. Yeah, I'm a Ghanaian like you. So I've been a student for a couple of years ago, since 2015 up to date. So there isn't much I would say about myself, but I would say that I've been a student, being partially a worker for GES. Okay. And then transitioning into academia over the past few years. Yeah, so that is it. When it comes to my research, so currently I'm working on antimicrobial resistance. I want to say antimicrobial resistance. It probably could be a technical word, so I'll talk about. I would say drug resistance. Okay. So drug resistance is kind of let me say, is an issue that occurs in the hospital environment, or it's an issue that occurs among humans. Okay. So it occurs when maybe drugs that we take to treat infections doesn't work any longer. That's the lead definition that I would say. But technically, when we talk about drug resistance or antimicrobial resistance, then we are saying that the microbes that we kind of take drugs to kill them, those guys are not dying again. Okay. So you take the drugs, but those guys are not dying. They kind of regrow. Yeah, let me say regrow or revive themselves. Yeah. Or have evolved themselves to develop some sort of resistance. Okay, put the drugs on me, I'm not dying, I will still cause the infection. I see. So it is causing a lot of issues in the world currently, and it's a silent pandemic. When you say silent pandemic, something that is killing us, but we have not paid attention to, unlike the COVID-19. So that's where the interest is, and that's what I'm currently pursuing in the UK.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Francis. Summarizing everything that you said, he's a biological science student, and then so everything he's doing is about biological science. So, Francis, what motivated you to pursue your PhD in the UK? Not anywhere, but in the UK.
Akroma, I would say I chose UK for personal reasons. Okay. So the first one is the fact that I realized I'm growing old. Okay. And if I want to pursue a PhD program, I should be looking at the number of years that the program could take me. Okay. Yeah, I had a few countries in consideration, like Australia, US, Germany, Netherlands, and then we have the UK. Yeah. I realized that when you look at the UK, they have PhD program that are run for 3.5 years, maximum 4 years, maximum. Yeah. But if you look at the US, the minimum number of years you can pursue on a PhD program is 4.5 years. I see. Or 5 years. Yeah. And then you can do a PhD program in the US for 7 years. I see. If you don't do well according to your plan. Yeah. But the least you can get in the US is 4.5 or 5 years. The least you can do your PhD in the US. So I was trying to consider the number of years that I can do a PhD with, and the UK looks a little bit ahead in terms of the other countries. Sure. Because I can do a PhD in 3 years to get a PhD, 3.5 years, the maximum 4 years. Okay. Why don't I move to the UK? So that's the first reason. That's the first reason, and let me say, the first point of call for me to choose UK as my destination. And then secondly, I was also looking at funding. So funding a PhD program in the UK, to me, looks a little bit easy compared to the application. It's more, especially for Canada, a little bit difficult. But I mean, to the US looks quite flexible. To Australia looks quite flexible, but a lengthy application process. To me, and that's the more reason why I chose the UK. The UK looks straight to me.
I see.
You just get opportunity, and then you are through to go. So I think I would say these are the two reasons, probably. That's like two reasons why I chose the UK.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So that's the duration of the program, and then the application process as well. All right, thank you. So take us through the application process. Was this the only program you applied for, or if it's this is the only program, then you also take us through the application process, because you said it's very simple.
Okay. So I would say I applied for two PhD programs in the UK. So the first program we call the Wellcome Trust PhD program. So Wellcome Trust PhD program is the highest PhD opportunity you can get in Europe. In Europe, not in Northern America. In Europe, you are paid around £30,000 a year for stipends. They pay for your school fees. They'll give you money for research.
Wow.
They pay for your plane tickets, both return and then
the round trip.
So the round trip ticket, they pay for everything. They pay for your visa application process. They pay for your what we call national health insurance. They pay for essentially everything.
Wow.
So that's the first program I applied for, and that program is institution specific. There are a lot of institutions in the UK that run that Wellcome Trust PhD program. So I specifically applied to University of Edinburgh. So University of Edinburgh, they have about 3 different kinds of the Wellcome Trust PhD program. So the one I applied to was what we call the infectious disease PhD program. So infectious disease, like talking about like malaria, diabetes, malaria, tuberculosis. I mean, those of contagious diseases. And they also have one for animal research. So those who are into animals like agriculture, animal research and stuff like that. And they also have one for those who does the cancer work and things like that. So that's for Edinburgh. They have so many scholarships. They have so many institution scholarships in the UK. And the second one I applied to, we call it NEC. So it's like National Environmental Research Council Scholarship. In the UK. So I think, should I take you to the whole process? Or?
Yeah, take us through the whole process. So you have links to share in the description, right? Or links to this website for them
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. So you put the links to these scholarship programs that you are talking about in the description, so that anyone can visit and see.
Yeah, fine. I'll just send them over to you. Don't worry. So I think for the NEC, I would say, should I talk about all the two, or should I
talk about the one that you are on?
So for the NEC scholarship, I think what this whole process look like. So they have a website. So they have a website that they publish projects that the UK government is funding, like it's funding for. So what you do is that you just look through the projects. You pick the one you think you understand, the one you think it is your area, the one you feel like, I can do this project. I understand. I have the expertise. I have the skills. And I can go ahead. So you just first of all look at the project. When you look at the project and you read everything, there are some professors and lecturers who kind of go to supervise for that project, and they are institution specific. So for NEC, I think so NEC sponsored about 3 universities: University of Lancaster, University of Nottingham, University of Bangor. Bangor is in Wales.
I see.
And they also have 2 institutions. So you have biological? So Geological Institute of I think I've forgotten the name. So there are about 2 institutes that kind of join the 3 universities to fund the program. So obviously, you end up going to one of these universities or the institute. So what I did was that I saw the project there. I read the project. I understood everything, and I sent an email to the lecturer or the professor or the supervisor who kind of wrote that project.
Who's in charge of that project? Okay.
Exactly. So I think initially what I did was that, let me just send her a message. And I think after many months, I was just looking at other options. I think she wrote back to me, Francis, since the last time you wrote, you sent me an email, I haven't heard from you again. And I said, sorry.
So that means she was expecting you to make follow-up.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Let me know, how is your application process going? Do you need my help? Do you need any assistance and things like that? I was like, this person looks quite good.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just go ahead with the project. So I think so it's kind of a semi-essay based scholarship application.
Okay.
So there are some portions of the application where you're supposed to explain how you would want to research the project, how you want to do the project.
Okay.
So it's like explain to them, so you have this project, how do you tackle all that?
Yeah, how do you tackle?
So I think that's one part of the application process. And the second part is, why do you want to pursue a PhD? And what do you think that when we give you that funding, you can make an impact?
Sure.
Okay, to the UK government. So you need to explain, you need to sell yourself, sell yourself to them. That okay, give me money, just invest in me. I at the end of the program, I'll be able to discover this and that, or I'll be able to come up with this particular conclusion that probably might solve a problem or might contribute to knowledge.
Yeah.
So you need to explain yourself in that context. Then the final bit is where you need to tell them your ambitions. I mean, after the program, what do you want to do? So you're done with your PhD program. What's the next plan? Do you want to go back to Ghana and work? Do you want to go home and sit down and start selling fufu? So they want to know. You need to be ambitious as much as you can.
Okay.
So I think that's the whole bit. So after that whole process, or after drafting all these essays, then you apply for the program. Okay. You apply for the project. So when you apply for the project, I think there are about 40 projects or so. And then the UK government is aiming to fund only 20 out of the 40.
Okay.
20 out of the 40. So they have something we call the first selection. So the first selection is your application will be sent to the supervisor or the lecturer involved with the project.
Yes.
And that person will do the first screening.
Okay.
So she or he is supposed to pick only one person out of that.
Yeah.
Many people who apply for that specific project.
Yeah.
And then forward your name to the founders. So your name gets to the founder, and there are about 40 students in there that are supposed to only sponsor 20.
Wow.
That is where you need grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the qualityness of your application. Remember that you are competing with other competent applications too.
It's true.
You're supposed to pick 20 out of that. So that's where the second process goes. And then when you are lucky and you are selected, then you will be offered a letter just to congratulate you that Francis or whoever you are, you've successfully won the NEC funded PhD scholarship for this number of years. So my program is 3.5 years. So 3 years, 6 months. I'm supposed to do the program in 3 years, 6 months. So I think that's the whole bit. That's the whole bit of the application. That's the whole bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know if you want me to add anything further.
Yeah. So you applied to the school, to the program, and then applied for the funding separately, or it is included. They pick you for the project, the funding comes with it, or it's a separate application.
Okay, so it's kind of like, if we select your project, then automatically you're going to fund your project.
Okay.
Yeah.
How will you know that this program is being funded? Will it be written on the website?
So, yeah. So the funny bit is that the website will tell you that these are potential projects available for next academic year.
Yes.
You get the point?
Yeah.
So out of that 40 potential projects, they are aiming to sponsor 20 out of that. Okay.
And then so the 20 out of that can you identify the 20 that will be funded?
No, so the funding depends on the applicant. Okay, so the lecturers or the supervisors have submitted your project to the funders. Okay, this is my topic. This is the plan I want to do. Okay, that's fine. We need a student to convince us.
Depends on the conviction of the
applicant. So the applicant determines which of the project will be funded.
I get it. Yeah.
So
anyone who is watching us also gets it now. Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. So you have potential projects that are not funded.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the funding comes from the students.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I saw this project on the government's website. Let me apply for this project. There are 20. The government said there are 20 projects. Honestly, they won't tell you that they are going to fund only 20.
Yes.
What they will tell you is that they are going to award the scholarship to only 20. So that's automatically, out of the 40 projects, 20 will be awarded.
Okay.
They won't say that they are going to fund only 20 of the 40. Then there's no need for you to apply for all this. Yeah. But they are going to fund only 20 students.
Okay.
So the 20 students automatically means that they are funding for only 20 projects.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So the student is supposed to convince the founders that this project you've selected, this is how I want to develop it. This is how I understand the project, and this is how it is going to help me in the final term. So I didn't get the funding from the university. So I got the funding first. So after the funding, then I applied to the university.
Okay.
So if you don't get the funding, you don't apply to the school.
You don't apply to the school.
Exactly.
Okay.
So the funding, I got the funding. Then the funding told me that since you have money, to fund it. I apply to the university you want to go.
Okay.
So that's when you have to find out which school is the supervisor residing.
Yeah.
So my supervisor was residing in University of Nottingham, and I applied to University of Nottingham.
Okay, I see.
I think the most important part of the application process is so what contribution would you give out to the UK government?
Yeah. So you think that's made your application to stand out, because you mentioned that there's a lot of competition. So, exactly. And then you also believe in God, so you mentioned that it is God, it is grace, the grace of
exactly. God. That's the final thing.
Yeah. So let's say, yes, God has helped you, it is the grace of God. What other thing did you do personally that you think made your application stand out?
I would say that I have experience in terms of essay-based scholarships.
Okay.
And personally, I think essay-based scholarships are the easiest one if you want a scholarship. Most people don't prefer or don't like to write essays for a scholarship.
Okay.
What they want to do is that, okay, there's this application, but okay, just upload your transcript, your certificate, fine. That's all. Your personal
statement. They look at your
and then you are
credibility, and then your
then go to another application.
Yeah.
But the essay-based scholarship, where they kind of ask you, tell us why you are interested in this project. How would this project contribute to your personal growth?
Yeah.
What do you aim to achieve from the project?
Yeah.
And how does this project relate to your future plans?
Yeah.
People find it very difficult, these sections of essays.
Okay.
And the funny thing is that these 4 essay sections kind of agree with each other. So
yes.
You can't say one thing under one section. You can't say you want to be a biologist in one section and say that you want to be an agriculturalist in the second section.
Yeah.
So there should be some sort of coherence. It should flow. It should make sense.
Yeah.
And people find it very difficult to write. I don't know. Personally, I prefer writing. I don't know, but I prefer writing.
Yes,
I prefer to write. I like writing.
Yeah.
I like to read.
You know that I also love writing a lot. Yeah. So someone wants to apply to this funding project or this PhD. What key factors should they consider? Yeah, we'll come to your advice that you want to give them, but this one, they are the key factors that you would want to pinpoint to them today. Is it their transcript,
So I think every scholarship.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that every scholarship aims to sponsor the most brilliant ones.
Okay. It's true.
So I mean, if you talk about so let me just say they want the most brilliant ones.
So they have a cutoff point to the G. I know that you are a first class student. That one. No doubt. So, do they have cutoff points to the CGPA or the classes that they accept for this? Because I think that since it is essay, someone with lower or who can convince really well, can the person get it or it's over?
I wouldn't say lower,
okay,
because it's a little bit highly competitive.
Okay.
But something like second class upper, second class lower, I think with experience. I think what got me this scholarship is experience.
Okay.
Experience in research, honestly, because I completed Winneba with background in education and some, let me say,
biological science.
Biological science with more of education with partial science.
Yes.
What really helped me in Uniba was the fact that I didn't do a social science research. I did a science-based research as my dissertation.
Okay.
And that particular science-based really helped me because I got a publication out of it. I published my undergraduate thesis.
Yeah.
And before I started my master's degree in Ghana, I had about 2 or 3 publications.
Yeah.
So I moved to University of Ghana, and then actually got the biological skills that I need to get.
Yeah.
So I remember that during the interview, they were not looking at my grades. They were not interested in whether I'm a first class student, I'm a second class student, or what. They were interested in my experience.
Yeah.
They were interested in my experience and my understanding of the subject.
Okay.
I remember the woman asked me, Francis. So I think they were interested. They were looking for somebody who understands microbiology, somebody who understands ecology.
I see.
And then somebody who also have interest in learning bioinformatics.
Yeah.
So I think
it's a combination of biology and mathematics.
Exactly.
I see.
So you have biology and mathematics in going in there. You don't necessarily need the bioinformatics skill at that time, but you need to show an interest in that area before they can pick you.
Yeah.
But I remember she asked me that, what experience do you have in microbiology? And I said, microbiology is my friend. And I've done culturing. I've done culturing bacteria. I've isolated DNA. I've done PCR. I've done a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So what about ecology? And I say, yes, I do ecology too. I've done population genetics, which is about ecology. To talk about those biotic factors, and things like that. Show them that. Do you have an interest? Do you have an interest in learning bioinformatics? And I say, yes, I like maths. I've already taken advanced mathematics during my master's degree. I've done 2 statistics courses, and
so you are really interested. Yeah.
So it's like, this person is perfect.
Yeah.
Why not? So even if you don't have an interest, and you feel like that is an opportunity for you, show interest.
Yes.
Show interest. Tell them that yes. Although even if you don't have the experience, tell them that you've noticed, and you think that since you understand this subject, it will be easier for you to transition into this subject. That's what they need.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to just know everything before you can apply for a program.
Yeah.
Show an interest. Reflect. Open up, and then they'll give the opportunity to you.
Yeah. Thank you. So that means you were interviewed. You went through
exactly
part of the process. You went through.
Yeah. So the first one I was interviewed by the panel. So I was interviewed by the supervisors.
Yes.
There were about 3 panels. Yeah. So the person who wrote the project.
Yes.
And an independent body.
Okay.
From the host institution.
Okay, so Francis, you've told us about the programs involved, the universities, and then the funding as well. So now, we would want to know your school and then the package of your funding. Yeah.
Okay. So as I said earlier on, there are 3 schools and 2 institutes.
Yeah.
So I'm currently at University of Nottingham and partially affiliated to University of Manchester. That's a secondary matter, not all that related to the program, but that's a matter.
I see.
Yeah. So this particular funding is a little bit different from other funding. So what they do is that they give you stipends every month. They pay for your tuition. They give me money for research. But your flights, your visa and stuff will be catered for by yourself. Yeah. Okay. So you need money. You need money for that. Yeah. You need money for that. I think that's the variations compared to the other scholarships where they would kind of pay for your visa stuff, like the Welcome Trust program like this. Yeah. They will pay for your visa. They pay for your health insurance. They pay for your visa application. I mean, everything related to your flight and everything. But this particular funding and most other funding in the UK actually don't really pay for visa processing and stuff like that. Okay. I think the only thing that I know that they do pay for visa process in the UK is the Welcome Trust program, and then some few other programs, like we have East Midland doctoral training programs. I think those ones also pays for flight and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that means you pay your health insurance by yourself.
Yeah, I did. Okay. I did.
No, is it one time or you pay it every month?
No, it's a one time. So
in Germany you pay health insurance every month.
yeah. Even in Netherlands, Netherlands is the same. Netherlands you pay in a month. You pay, I think, monthly or so.
Monthly. Okay, so the UK it is a year.
But yeah, here in the UK for students. Yeah. For students, strictly, you pay for the whole number of months or whatever, the whole number of years that they have given you for your visa.
I see.
You pay for everything because they feel like you're not working. So you need to get all those things done, and then you can come and live in the UK.
I see.
But if you are a worker, you are allowed to pay. I mean, you pay it every month. You pay it monthly. But if you're a student, no.
All right. Yeah. So can you tell us the stipend, the monthly stipend, or?
Yeah, so so we have something we call UKVI. So UKVI is like the United Kingdom Research and Innovation Office. Okay. So it's a standard rate for all PhD students in the UK. Oh. So I think it increases yearly. It started with 1,500. I think 1,500. Let me say almost £1,600 a month.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it increases every year, and hopefully I think. Yeah, the increment probably will start from next month or so. I don't know yet, but I think it should be starting from next month.
Okay.
Because that's a year. So it increases every year. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Francis. Thank you. You've given us a lot of insights. Yeah. So transition from Ghana to UK, Ghana studies to the UK. What are some of the challenges and then how you overcame them? How has the transition been? Tell us. Yeah.
Personally, I would say that
you've not had much.
Yeah. In terms academically, I don't know, but I have not had any issue.
Okay.
This probably because most of the things that I'm doing in my PhD, I've done them in Ghana.
Okay.
From the basis of my PhD, in terms of like writing literature review. Yeah. Doing basic lab work like microbiology, doing PCR and stuff like that. I've done them back in Ghana.
Okay, so you already have them.
I have had a smooth transition in terms of the academic work. Okay. The only thing that probably maybe in the longer term I feel might be a problem is the bioinformatics part. Okay. But lucky for me, the bioinformatics part, I have the opportunity to go for trainings, for workshops that I can learn. Yeah, and my boss personally have sat me down and explained every steps to me.
Okay.
That I'm currently working on that. So it has been quite a little bit flexible.
Okay.
Maybe talk about the physical. Yeah. Talk about the social.
The cultural part of it.
The social life. I mean, that's a little bit difficult, honestly, because you don't get to see the sun every day. Where you want to kind of just take off your top and then just be winding your shirt around your just pass from air. You don't get that opportunity to do that because it's sometimes always cold. Yeah. And currently, I think in the summer, it was very hot. It was horrible in the UK. I felt like heaven is coming down.
Yeah, it's really hot.
It's really hot. Yeah, because the way they put up their buildings, they kind of accumulate heat in their room, and then when there is too much sun, the weather gets worse. Okay. But initially, I think I came in the winter, and I I came and I met the in my episode that I met the snow staff and things like that. It wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy at all. It wasn't
yeah. That's it.
yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't easy at all.
I see. All right. Thank you, Brian. So we are bringing this session to an end. I hope that by now, anyone who has watched you has really enjoyed the information that you have given out. Thank you so much. So give us your final advice. Anyone who is trying to also pursue PhD, maybe the person is inside in the second year or in the first year like you, or someone who is just interested to know more about PhD. What advice would you give them? Yeah.
Francis, I would say that I didn't do this like just a day.
Yeah.
I had this in mind.
Okay.
Even before I started doing the application.
Wonderful. Preparation.
I think personally, I have been interested in PhD.
Yeah.
Even before I started my master's in Ghana, I was planning to do a PhD in the UK.
Yeah.
So the first thing is that you need to plan ahead.
Plan ahead. Okay.
Because if you want to start school this year, you can't just wait and then we get to August or maybe July and then you say, okay, I want to start application for It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You need to plan ahead. Okay, next year I want to do a PhD. You start today, you do your research. Which school do you want to go? Which country? What program? What source of funding? Is it university-based funding you're looking at? Is it a government-based scholarship you're looking? Because like UK, you have a lot of scholarships. Lot of scholarships. Which one are you looking at? And talk to people who knows the road. I think it makes it quite easier for you. They're able to tell you their mistakes and able to tell you what they did right. Yeah. So planning ahead, talking to people who knows the road are some of the things that I recommend. And you do a lot of research yourself.
Research.
Yeah, and know what you want.
Yeah. Okay, Francis, thank you. It has been a very interesting conversation with you. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I always say that it's not anyone or everyone who would try to or who would have the passion to share their experiences, their journey, and then help others. Yeah, I remember when you just came to the UK, the first week you contacted me. Yeah, and then we spoke, and then we planned of this. That's his last year. Yeah, and then you were really ready to come here and then share this experience. I thank you. Like I really appreciate that zeal and then your time. Yeah, today is Sunday. You should be relaxing by now, but you've made time and then you've shot the video. So thank you so much. I know that those who are watching, they will hit the like button and then they will share this video to anyone they think that this video will help. I wish you happy Sunday evening. Yeah, Francis. Thank you so much. And then to anyone who joined us, and then I know that you'll be sharing this video, you'll be sharing it, and then you'll be commenting. Any question you want to ask Francis, just text it in the comment section, and then I will ask him and then answer you in the comment section. I know that Our Voice TV is still being a blessing to you, and then you will not stop sharing it to others. So Francis, thank you, and then I wish you all the best. We'll meet again on Our Voice. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.